a star from places distant and lands afar. Shapes that shimmer, hues that play. This is your chance, it's Gem Drop Day. See the light in every stone, crafted by hands, each one alone. A fleeting glimpse, don't let it fade. Gems like these are never remade. On the MoreGems show, where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, a spark divine. Cut to perfection, glowing with pride. Step into the wonder, come inside ya. Come inside ya. It's the MoreGems show, a dazzling view where every gemstone waits for you. Welcome to the MoreGems show. Let's go.
Hi, welcome to the MoreGems show. I'm Steve Moriarty, your host, and with me tonight are my two sons, Jeffrey, who's in charge of, what are you in charge of?
I don't know. I'm just a little leftovers over here. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Exciting show tonight. It's probably this is probably the show I look forward to the most every year. It's kind of a constant thing that we do every year. So great show tonight. So yeah, welcome, everybody.
And also Michael, who's in charge of this production, which so far is going well.
I hope so. Welcome, everyone. Yes, I think I've got everything sorted out this time, but time will tell. As always, if you have any issues with the audio, if one of us isn't clear enough or loud enough, let us know in the chat, or if you have any video issues, I'll try and fix it during the stream. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Exciting show today for sure. So you want to tell them a little bit why, Steve?
Well, this is, we just got back from Tucson, and it was a successful show. I didn't see a lot of new stuff there, but what we did get was very high quality. And fortunately, the prices hadn't changed a whole lot. There were some things that definitely were up. I think most notable, probably from Canada, the Ammolites. Not sure it was all tariffs, but they're up fairly significantly. But I've always thought they were way too cheap anyway for the amount of mining they do to produce these goods. I think they're still very, very well priced. But other than that, I don't think we felt the tariffs
not
strongly.
Really, not too much. I feel like in some cases, maybe not the opposite, but
yeah, they were as cheap. Or
yes, yeah. So it hasn't really shown a massive effect, which is good, So.
Yeah, and the quality we got every day, we thought we had a great day.
Oh, for sure, yeah. There was some awesome
until
stuff.
we finally got sick at the end of it.
Oh man, yeah.
Both had coughs and
it was pretty rough this year.
I'm almost over mine, but it was a little difficult.
Whatever it was nasty because it's it was lingering with Steve. My fiance Carrie, she got it too. She came out. I had it for a little bit. Not as bad as they did, but it was rough towards the end.
It was everywhere. People were coughing.
Yeah.
Jeffrey got lucky that he didn't come out.
I didn't get sick. Yeah, it's just my strong immune system that I have. But, and for the people that are like, oh, you guys went out to Tucson. That's great. Why is it so significant?
Well, Tucson is the largest gem show in the world. It's actually, this time it was 55 separate gem shows. They're all over town. People that we go and deal with when we go to Kenya, when we go to Thailand, we see some of these people actually come here to sell their goods. So it is a major draw for the world. Probably half the gems in the world are here in Tucson at that time. So it's a great place to go to buy. And we feel we had a really successful trip.
Yeah, and when we're out there for 2 weeks, and it's literally nonstop for me and Steve. We don't take a day off. We talk about how we should, and we probably should. We used to.
I think next year.
Yeah, we used to go hiking or something to break it up a little bit, but you're always wanting to see the next person because you've only got so much time. There's so many people to see, so many things that we want to see. So
And our shopping is done before most of the shows open.
yeah,
Because the people we know, we make sure we make appointments with them and we meet in their hotel or ours, or, we make special arrangements to see them as soon as they get in, because that's really the best time to buy, of course, be first to see it. And, that's our goal. And we had everybody pretty much saw us before the show. So, by the time the major shows were open, we were pretty much done.
yeah.
And, what's cool is I don't go there the whole time, but even this time, I think once or twice someone came up to me, they're like, are you Steve's son? Because so many people knew you, they know your gem cutting, and they're starting to know, Michael and I from being on the show and just being related to you.
Which is, we didn't expect that.
Yeah, there's a
both of you had people come up. And,
Which is cool, and I wonder if
recognize
I ran into a couple at the 22nd Street show. They said they watched the show. If you guys are out there, hello. And they did ask me at the time. I was kind of I was actually in search of you, Steve. I think Jeffrey had your cell phone. You were kind of wandering off somewhere. We're trying to find you, and they were wondering if I'm assuming one of them was a cutter. If you have any good sources, to who they should trust to buy rough from.
Sure, which we've commented on several
Yeah.
times. Few people we know that are good suppliers: John Garso, Steve Ulatowski. Now you're going to catch me at a loss.
Matthew Milstead is another one.
Milstead. Yeah. And it's sporadic that when they have goods, but we constantly keep in contact with them, and they're reliable. The best we can say, which is everything in this business. Trusting who you deal with and not have to be a gem expert to decide whether this is real or not. These are people you can trust.
Yeah, and we ran into another fellow. I forget his name, but he said we were just talking in the hallway, and he heard your voice, and we took a picture with him. He was a cool guy, cutter. So if you're out there, what's up? Good seeing you. Thanks for stopping us. It was good talking with you, and yeah, it's really neat to meet all of you when we're out and about.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, don't hesitate to say hi.
Right. So yeah.
All right. Well, a lot of people have come and watched the show every month, and we really appreciate that. So just bear with me when I explain how this goes for everybody that's new watching the show tonight. So all the stones we show tonight this is the first time we're releasing them. They're exclusive, and they're all one of a kind. These, I think, almost all of them came from the Tucson Gemshow. Am I saying that right? Probably. Almost all?
I think everything did.
Everything. Yeah. Okay, so these are brand new. I haven't even seen them yet. So if you do, want to purchase any of these stones on the show when we're talking about it tonight, you're going to go to MoreGems.com. It's right there in the green banner. If you go to that site and you click on the green banner at the top or that main anchor image on the homepage, that's going to take you to a section that has all the gems we're going to talk about. There's even more gems on there than we have time to talk about. But all those stones are going to be 15% off the listed price. And that 15% will be shown in the cart. So you don't need any coupon codes or anything like that. Additional to that, throughout the show, we're going to be releasing hidden gems. Now, these are gems you can't see ahead of time because we know people go ahead of time and purchase, which is perfectly fine, but we want to release these special gems that are going to be 25% off, and they'll be released sporadically throughout the show. Lastly, there's going to be a few blue light specials that are 30% off as well. So a lot of different discounts on these brand new exclusive gems handpicked by Steve and Michael Moriarty. When you check out, a lot of different options. You can do credit card, you can do PayPal. We have Affirm financing. So a lot of different options. And in addition to that, if you order it, you want us to ship it to you right away, we'll do that for you. Otherwise, a lot of the work we do is through custom design. So if you want us to design something, which I hope you do, we can always hold the stone for you, and we can set up an appointment for you to talk with Alice and or Chris about a custom design just for that gemstone for you. So lots of different options, and hopefully I got everything.
Yeah, other than layaway.
Layaway is also available, but those I don't believe they have to call the next day to set up layaway. We don't hold stones any longer. So if you want to do a layaway, which we can, it's 20% down. You just have to give us a call tomorrow, and there's no guarantee that stone will be there. So again, if you love a stone, even if we haven't talked about it yet, purchase it because there's a good chance it will be gone. Thank you.
So you're going to see a few prices on each item as it comes up. You'll see an appraised price, and that price is based on the Gem Guide. As it says, market-driven independent pricing. So you can bet they had multiple people out in Tucson checking prices, because that's what they do. They go around to the major shows and talk to the dealers and find out just what the price of stones is going for. And then they produce this guide, which is very, very intensive. You know, they go through things. There's tourmaline and blue zircons, and they'll go through the quality of the stone and the size, and then they'll give a recommended wholesale price, and then they recommend the type of markup that should be on it, and that's where the appraised price comes from, using this guide. So it is done independently. It's not all just out of my head. Then we have our retail price, which is our price online, and tonight there'll be 15% off and 25% off on the hidden gems.
And
One thing I wanted to add.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. We're broadcasting across multiple channels. So if you have any questions throughout the show, you want to see a stone again, you want to see it on a hand, you have a question, YouTube's the most active that we have. Just log in, jump in that chat, post a question. I'll get to it when you can. Same thing for people watching on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm managing them all, so just be patient. But if you do have questions, we promise we'll get to them for you.
And Jeff, just to go off of that, let's show some love to the chat. Who's out there watching tonight? I see a couple people. Somebody just said they're watching from their Caribbean cruise.
Yeah, Peggy. All right.
I see someone from the Bahamas. What's going on there? I don't know if anybody else I can't see in the chat, but let us know where you're watching from. We love to see, the viewers from worldwide. We had people from Madagascar, from where else? Finland.
Yeah, well, guy from Tucson was from Sonora in Mexico.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, he was talking about gems.
Oh, yeah, that guy that stopped you,
yeah. Wasn't
That's
the
cool.
easiest to understand, but I got most of what he was saying. Yeah, so hopefully he's watching. And
James from Montreal. We got somebody in the Amazon rainforest. Wow. Calgary. Very cool. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching. I will let Steve get started now. But, feel free to chat it up.
Okay, let's get started with some of the most important things we found, and was our goal was this material from Madagascar, which is the rainbow moonstone. It was number one on our list to find, and we were quite successful. And it's good because the word from all the dealers was this material is gone. One said that it caved in, but everybody has said the production is non-existent anymore, which is so common in this business. They find something and maybe you get a year's production out of it, and that's it. Sometimes it's a day's production. But supposedly everybody that we talked to said that there is no more material coming out. Everything that we bought was from previous production. And we bought quite a few stones. It was the number one stone we were looking for because we know it's unique. It's something that never came out of the ground before in this transparency that you could facet it. You know, all the material previously was a little bit milky, and faceting just didn't do it justice. Michael had a comment about this material, which is, it
What's that?
seems negative, but it's not negative because it's really a positive, and that's about
That it looks like the mystic topaz or a mystic
topaz,
stones,
yes.
which are coated stones.
yes,
but
which are really amazing.
they are,
Yeah,
yes.
Mystic topaz is amazing, but it's not a real thing.
Right.
Here's something that looks like mystic topaz and is a real thing.
Right, and this is, I didn't write it in here, but James Welch asked, is this rainbow moonstone? And yes, it is rainbow moonstone. As you can see, all the amazing colors and
Yeah,
the
it is.
sheens that go across it.
Pretty amazing stuff. And, you know, we probably bought 50 stones maybe, you know, and at least 10 of them are on the show tonight.
Yeah.
So, you know, and if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we bought many, many more stones. This is a representation of the variety we got, and some of the best of what we got. But we did get a lot more stones, and we got a lot of sapphires. We will be running a sapphire show sometime in the next month, because we focused also on sapphire. We're expanding more into the sapphire business, and we bought 40-some stones.
We bought quite a
47
few.
sapphires,
We must
yeah.
have went through 5,000 sapphires. I don't know.
It was ridiculous.
It
how
was
many sapphires
hours.
looked
We
at.
were looking through, and we found some amazing sapphires, which are a couple are on the show tonight, and we've got a lot more to show you. So stay tuned for that one.
So this is rainbow moonstone from Madagascar. They're not treated. You know, generally you're going to find some inclusions. I think we have a few that are free of inclusions, but this material is, excuse me, it generally has some inclusions in it. So it weighs 9.53 carat. We don't have an appraised price on it because there really is no accurate pricing in the guide for rainbow moonstone. So it's $31.45, and with the 15% off, it is $26.73 or $280 a carat. Really amazing stuff. You know, thrilled to have it, and you know, I'd like to think that if we make a trip to Thailand, there'll still be some left, but it's not sounding good for it. So it's really the time for everybody to, if you like it, it's time to get Rainbow Moonstone. And next up is a, oh, sure. A pretty good size though. Fadeable for a ring if you wore it carefully. There's 6.5 hardness. Jeffrey, look that up. Yeah, it just feldspar moonstone. So this is a type of feldspar. 6.5. Yeah, good. I haven't lost it yet. All right. The next is a matched pair, and these really have incredible color and a beautiful match. These weigh 16.46 carat. These are pretty large stones. You know, the last one and this one, you know, you don't see them much bigger than these. And like other stones, the price as you get bigger does go up significantly, and the stronger the color, of course, an effect on the price. So these weigh 16.46 carats. $99.90 is our price online, and with the 15% off, this pair is $84.91 or $519 a carat. But the color on these are just incredible. Very high clarity. And these are really clean stones. This is probably I would say this is probably the best color that we've ever owned. You get that adularess across the center of the stone, and you get that background of different colors. Just look at the color, just incredible. Rainbow Moonstone from Madagascar. Great pendant. 4 pair earrings. 2. Be a great pair of earrings. I don't think Nancy will allow me to do that. And little shout out to my wife, who is who keeps our business running. You know, I do the gem cutting, but all the business of the financing and managing people and managing the business, Nancy is the one that takes care of everything. She is the glue that holds this business together and has done it for 50 years, and I have to thank her for that, as well as 3 wonderful kids, 2 here, and my daughter Dana, you know, who is maybe the best of the 3, I'm not sure.
Wow.
Are you sure about
We
that?
both popped right in right at that, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Dana.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in.
She's always there for everybody.
Yes, she is. She's great. A few questions I'm going to throw in. Again, everybody, if you ever want to see something again, or if you got any questions about anything, post them. I'll try to get to them. So Colleen wanted to know, with the Moonstone, would you set that in white gold or yellow gold?
I don't think it's critical. You know, I tend to think white, but I don't believe that that's going to make a difference. I think it's a choice that this stone will look good in either. You know, some stones definitely look better in one metal or another, but I don't think it's the case with this. You know, I would not hesitate putting this in yellow gold. I think there's enough color in it that the yellow is just going to be a highlight for the stone.
Okay. Another question is, I guess this is more a broad question. Out of the mind, which of your favorite lot purchases, or which is your favorite gemstone lot purchase over the past few years that you can no longer get?
Yeah. I'll have to think about that one.
Okay. We'll come back to that. And
no longer get. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a good point. The Mahenge garnets, you know, the price of them in Tucson was just astronomical. That's all I can say, you know. And I think I bought 2 pieces of rough, but didn't buy a cut stone because, you know, we're looking at stones that are now $1,000, $1,200 a carat, you know, that were $200-$300 a carat, you know. And it's hard to get over the memory of the past, but they have gone a little bit crazy, in my opinion. So I just haven't bought any, and hopefully there'll be more available. We'll find something new, but it was an amazing supply. Mahenge produced some of the most unique colors that have come out of the ground my entire time in business. You know, light pinks were never available, and they came out of Mahenge, and just such a variety of color, and just some beautiful, beautiful gems. So one of those I wish we'd bought more, and that's why we bought as much of the Moonstone as we could, because it's same situation. You know, there's if there's none of it, this material that you know is moderately expensive now can just be thousands per carat, because it is unique. There's nothing else in the business that looks like these rainbow moonstones. So it's something that will be high on our lists. And, the people that we bought from in Hong Kong, a couple of them we saw here in Tucson, and we'll keep in touch with them and just try and buy if they have more to cut, because I think it is the stone known right now. All right, up next. Did I finish that one? Okay. 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 Here's a black opal from Ethiopia. And these are, this is truly a black opal. You have to be careful. There's a lot of material that's smoke treated out there. Will look very, very similar to this. The color will fade eventually, and if you put it in acetone or, some kind of solvent, you can make it go away very quickly. It won't be the case with this. This will maintain its color, and just pretty amazing how black it is and how vivid the colors are. Well, no, you don't. But because this material is really crystal black opal, which in Australia, crystal black opal would be the most valued of the black opals. And because it's crystal, the white will show through somewhat and change the background of it. Putting it on bright white is probably not the best way to show its color. Probably better on skin. See, just can't have it on bright white. But that's pretty amazing colors, and you get, with the black background, you get such intense reds, which in a white-based Ethiopian opal, those reds will be a little more orangey. But you just get such intense colors with that black background. So this one weighs 4.60 carats. If this were Australian, it'd be $30,000. But because it's Ethiopian, it's $1,035. And not even quite that much. So with the 15% off, it is $880 or $191 a carat. And this material, like black opal from Australia, is exceedingly rare. You get very, very few pieces. If you look at a kilo of cut stones, maybe you get 1, 2, 3 pieces that are black, and rarely do you find them with the intensity of color of this stone. Just a really amazing black opal. Over the years, and even in the shows, if we have one, it's about all. I think I've got 3 or 4 of them right now, but that's it, and you just don't see the black opal very often.
A couple questions, Steve, on the opal.
Uh-huh.
Is this comparable to the Lightning Ridge opal?
It depends who you're talking to. It has the intensity of color. There's no question that it has intensity like Lightning Ridge opal. I think the finest from Lightning Ridge probably excels in color over these, but boy, not much. And the price is astronomical. Literally, this stone is $5,000 a carat, from Australia.
And you want to tell them a little bit about you have to take some precautions with this material. You want to let them know what hydrophane is, what that means, and how to keep their opals looking great from Ethiopia.
Sure. So hydrophane means that it is like a little sponge. So it's going to absorb whatever you put on it. You put water on it. I haven't really tested the blacks much, but they'll lose their color for a while until they dry out. And after a day or two, sometimes 3 or 4 days, they'll dry out and the color comes back. But if you put oils in it, it's a little less satisfactory what happens to the colors. I'm not sure how it affects these blacks, but in the whites, you really do have to protect them from oils, perfumes, hairsprays, things like that. You get stuff on them, just wipe it off quickly and you can damage this opal by absorbing materials into it. We've had some talks with people about getting that out of there, which some have felt a little more like they can do that. And we also have had one supplier recommend to us a way of treating the surface of these that we don't have this problem. It is through, what's the material? It's clear. It's not lacquer. It's
Oh, to seal it?
acrylic, or and
I
they've
think I
had
took a picture of
success
it, yeah.
sealing it. So we're going to give it a try, and if it works well, the pieces he showed me look great. If it works well, we'll offer it. We won't do any treatment of it till you say you'd like it treated, and we're hoping it is the way to protect these stones because they are amazing. Occasionally you'll see stones turn a little more orange. I've seen that probably in 10 pieces over the 15 years that I've sold this material, and we've replaced those up to now. And I doubt that's going to happen with these blacks. But you do have to be more careful with it, no question about it. And it's part of what makes these so much less expensive, because they do have some risk. Not that all opals don't have risk, which they do. Australian opals have risk with damage and just it's just the nature of opals. All right, I talked somebody into something.
Yes. Martha had picked up this opal.
Okay.
So
Nice.
It's
great
cool
buy.
piece.
Very cool. Thanks,
I don't
Martha.
know that we've had better than this in any of the shows. Blue zircon, and these are really incredible color. What we show here, they're more incredible than as they appear here. Just the intensity of color is just amazing. And you get that, it's kind of splitting the blue and green, but in reality, it's kind of more of an even mix of the two colors. And the intensity is much greater than what you're seeing here. These are as deep a color as I've seen in blue zircons. I've got 2 pairs on the show that have this extraordinary color. Like we needed to wipe those off a little better before the photos, but the surfaces are clean. So these weigh 18.82 carats. They come from Cambodia. BS2 clarity, there is some slight minor inclusions in them, but typical of stones, particularly of this size. Once you get into a near 10 carat size, just expect some type of inclusion in it. Sure. Again, it's a color that's difficult for us to show. It's I don't know how to explain the color. It's blue-green, and it's just a amazing, almost not turquoise, kind of turquoisey, but really beautiful, beautiful color. These appraised price on these $15,300. Our price online is $78.90, and with the 15% off, it's $67.10 or $356 a carat. Again, these are as deep of color as I've ever seen in blue zircons. This rich greenish blue that's unlike any other gemstone that you'll see. All right, next up, another blue zircon. Again, intense color. Not quite as dark as the emerald cut, but close. We bought quite a few blue zircons, and the situation with blue zircon right now, whereas most of the marketing used to go through Thailand, because Thailand and Cambodia have been fighting on the border, there's been no trade of blue zircon to Thailand. So fortunately, our primary supplier is from Malaysia, and he claims that he is the only supplier now. Whether that's true, he had a very, very large collection of blue zircons, and we were just happy to get a good look at what he had. And like I say, the color intensity is pretty amazing on these gems. So this one's totally clean, weighs 8.28 carats. All these zircons are heat treated. They do a really nice job of cutting. You can see the brilliance of the stone is quite nice. They're typically deeper cuts because the material is deep in the rough and very difficult to waste material when you're a cutter. Not only do you get a little better color the deeper it is, of course you get a little extra weight. But just really well cut, bright stone. Appraised price on this $6,260. And if you look at our price compared to the appraised price, our supplier is just very, very good. We've always been very low priced on blue zircons. Typically we try to be half of what the appraised price is, but this is even more than that. $2,290 is our price online on this stone. And with the 15 off, it is $1,946 or $235 a carat. Just amazing look for the money. You compare to almost all other gems. This is really a well-priced gem for what it is. Currently, it's a single-source gem. We were getting material from Malawi, but the Malawi government has stopped the export of rough. They're trying to, like many countries, get the cutting in country, keep that value with their people. So currently material out of Malawi, which typically doesn't come this big, occasionally it does. So we're not seeing anything out of Malawi. Supplier of Malawi material has nothing, very, very little. So Cambodia is the primary source at this time.
And I really think these are just a great summer gem, or if you're living the nice weather, it just looks amazing. Almost looks like a beautiful pool. Like if you're gonna get into a pool, and Carrie, she has one, and when she wears it, I just stare at it because it just, the blue is just mesmerizing. It's such a deep blue, but it's a bright stone. It's what makes zircon like this so great.
And that secondary green color is what makes it unique.
Right, yeah.
And unfortunately, it's difficult for us to photograph that. The camera wants to separate those colors, but in reality, you get an even greenish blue color that doesn't look like blue topaz, doesn't look like aqua, just blows aquas away as far as depth of color. Compared to blue topaz, it side by side, there's no question which is the zircon. That greenish is what makes it unique and really makes it beautiful, and I wish we could photograph that well enough for it, but it really is what makes it unique, that bit of green to the stone. All right, up next.
Well, I got a question before.
Sure.
Adrith 62 wants to know, can she or he take a look? Can you show the pear-shaped brilliant cut and rainbow moonstones again? The pear.
It's a great pair.
Amazing pair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked
Pair
about
of
earrings,
pairs.
but do we talk about? I mean, could you do a ring and a pendant as well? Or I guess if, it was
Yeah,
for
could
you
do
and
ring
a
pendant.
sister
I
or
mean,
a friend.
it's like Tanzanite. It's that kind of hardness. You just have to be more careful with it. And these are the most expensive ones I've ever bought. But there's a good reason for it. They're the most amazing stones I've ever seen. The amount of color that's in this is second to none.
All right.
I can show the other one too. They're a really good match pair. Color just blows me away. Like I said, I have quite a few stones. This will be the finest of everything we bought, and therefore the expensive of everything we bought. But man, they're big. Typical. 2, 3, 4 carat is kind of the larger end of the size. Once you get into 7, 8, 9 carat, the rarity just jumps significantly.
And the size was good for a pendant as well. We had a question from Matt.
Sure.
Yeah. And if you got time, everybody, we got a reminder about this, but if you could hit that little thumb down below, give us a thumbs up, always helps. Michael requires 100 for every show.
It's required, everyone.
Yes. Otherwise,
And I was just looking at a piece that Michael designed that was just a pear-shaped stone. It was an aqua, but set like this and just had one round 15-point diamond at the top. And it was just simplistic, so beautiful of a piece. And that would be a good way of setting this. And this is, well, I won't say that about. I was going to say I maybe sometime I would split these, but this would be a hard pair to split. I have them long enough. I'll consider splitting the two, but they're such a perfect pair.
And Jeffrey, I just saw all those likes come through. Thanks, everyone.
keeping me out of the doghouse. All right. Thank you for getting those likes. We're getting up there. Let's try to get 100 tonight. And yeah, appreciate it.
Okay, let's like this one. What's up next? All right. So this is the first of our hidden
gem?
gems.
Yep,
Uh-oh.
Jeffrey, hidden gem. What are you
Give
going
me
to
a
do?
sec here. I wasn't ready for this hidden gem. So again, everybody, the hidden gems are the stones that you will not see ahead of time. So these are ones that we launch throughout the show, so no one can purchase them ahead of time. If you go to MoreGems.com and you click on that green banner and you're in that section with all the stones, if you refresh the page in about 5 seconds, this one will show up at the top. And it is 25% off with coupon code RARE25.
Which takes it from $765 to $574 or $20 a carat. And the colors on this are truly amazing. And this is kind of a rare combination. The reds are probably the most difficult to get. And then the blues would be next. And this just has a nice movement through different colors across the entire stone. And not sure, this is they grade this a AA+, which has to do with the fracturing that typically runs across this material, which is almost non-existent. Because when if you watch the video of us up at the mines, you'll see that these are under 50 foot of overburden. And, these ammonites were buried and they're crushed eventually. They are a shellfish that it crushes it and and you'll get all these fractures throughout the piece. So they try and cut between the fractures, and many of the stones will have multiple fractures. And they're graded by that, and of course the quality of the color. So this one's really a clean stone, not perfect, but it's for Ammolite. It's very, very clean stone with incredible color.
And Steve, from what I understood was they actually find them at different levels in that mine. The one that we saw they were digging up was probably the deeper of the material, which has the more fractures. They were calling it dragon skin or something like that, just because of all the kind of fracturing it. So my guess would be that this was higher up in the mine, but that from my understanding when we were there.
Great for a pendant. I've always commented about the colors in these. Opal, these just blow opal away, the intensity of the color that's out of them. Really a unique gem. This is a 70 million year old fossil. The ammonites are like nautilus, yes, real similar to a nautilus. Sure. And this is the only source. Lethbridge in Alberta, Canada, is really the only source of this type of material. It is a fairly broad area. It was a sea at one time where these things lived, and they died and sunk to the bottom, were buried. So this is an ammonite. Yeah, this one's from Morocco, no color to it. Madagascar, I see pieces or fossils with color in them, but never anything like what comes from Canada. Cool stuff. We had a sale.
Yep, and Martha picked up this Ammolite.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, cool
Thanks,
piece.
Martha.
Yep.
Yeah,
I love this stuff.
It'll
Yeah,
make
it's
a
really
great
cool.
piece for you. All right, up next. Is that it? Oh, there. So this is one of those garnets that has become so popular. And with the popularity, of course, the price has gone up on Spessartite significantly, although this one, compared to what's out there, is actually a very well-priced stone. $1,500 a carat is not unusual for Spessartites these days. This one's really well cut, just a bright stone. You guys have your rings on today?
I was just going to say, when I saw this stone coming up, I've talked about it in a lot of shows that I love this color, and especially if you're looking for a men's ring. So I have...
Oh, you did wear it.
I do wear it.
All
I get so many compliments, and this thing's awesome.
And that's about the same size.
Yeah,
It shares a
exactly.
5
Yeah.
carat.
So if you're looking for a men's ring, this ring,
Yeah.
We'll design something for you just like it. I love this freaking ring. I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but this thing's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's
What ring was I wearing? Was I wearing the opal or the
big opal or the big, it wasn't a
Tanzanite?
Chalcedony, was it?
Yeah, I think
Tanzanite.
I had a 15 karat Tanzanite ring on when we were in Tucson, and these guys were wearing their Spessartites. Everybody's grabbing their hands and look at their ring, and mine got no attention.
Yeah.
Just because they're so bright and just it's a color that stands out.
What would you call the color? Blood orange? Corey wants to know. I don't know what you would.
It's
I don't know. It's
I
like
don't
an
know,
orangey. Yeah, orangey red. I don't
orange,
know.
Or there's a little bit of
It's just a cool
pink
color.
to
It's
it.
unique.
I
You
don't
know, it's just.
a really well cut stone. It's a Portuguese round, although it's a Portuguese pavilion and a round, brilliant crown. It's really bright stuff. Weighs 5.61 carats. Praise price $65.50. Our price online $42.30, and with the 15% off, it's $35.95 or $640 a carat. The iPhone does no justice to the color on this one, but a nice size for a ring. Spessartite garnet. This one, where is this one from? From Nigeria. We had a sale.
We did. We're going to thank our friend Matt. He picked up the pair of the rainbow moonstones.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man, Bigelow. Nice. Yeah, those are really great stones.
Matt. Hey, Matt.
Yeah,
That's pretty sweet.
he's starting a good collection over there.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's definitely the best of the best.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it'll go. Yeah, good with that collection you got going there now.
Yeah.
I know the moonstones. It's like I remember when we went to the one show. You just like walk around. Let's find some moonstone. I'm walking, scouring the whole place. But then you guys found an amazing supplier for
we
him.
sent
so.
Jeffrey off on a mission to
Yes.
locate.
I was excited. I was like, yes.
that he could.
Yeah, you ended up at the distillery.
I did. I don't know. There's supposed to be some moonstone down there. I don't know. Well, congrats.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, you'll love it.
This next one up? No. Okay. This next. Speaking of Spessartite. All right, this is the natural crystal formation. I believe this is a dodecahedron, if I'm not mistaken, which is a type, it's a cubic, is the crystal formation, just like the pyrites, but this is one of the ways that a cubic can form. So this is really a remarkable crystal. Just all the faces. So this formed in a pocket where it was kind of floating in the liquid and just crystallized within solution to get such a perfect crystal with all the sides.
And a lot of these are in mica. I have some specimens that they're still on the mica matrix, so I'm assuming this was no different, just kind of floating in there.
Mica formed around it.
Right. Yeah, but it's a really nice crystal, great color, good formation, like Steve was saying, and I think it would be a good complement if anybody collects stones, they want a natural crystal with it. This is a great example.
And is this from Nigeria or Tanzania? Okay.
And also Mike has an amazing collection of stones. Again, go to mineralmike.com. Amazing. I was going to ask you, because I haven't talked to you since then, did you get that big, 100-pound crystal?
Oh, we did, yeah.
We did.
That's sitting in the case now.
Oh, you should see this thing. I remember carrying it, and I was hurting my back. This thing was massive, and I did not know how you're going to bring it home.
Yeah, me and Dad shipped it. It was, Dad eyed that one, and It's pretty sweet. It's sitting in the case now. I don't think I'm going to sell that one. I think we'll keep it just as display, just because it is so impressive. And
I mean, it's got to be like, it's massive.
It's big.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah,
was
yeah.
It's as long as my arm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's quartz and fluorite.
quartz and fluorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I saw it, I go, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, it was like that quartz and pyrite piece we saw. And as soon as you walk in the room, you know, another one we bought years ago. And as soon as you looked at it, go, holy shit, that's just amazing.
Right.
You know, and ended up owning it. You know, both cases, the price was so much better than what we thought it would be.
Right.
You know, it looked like 5 times as much as what we had to pay for it.
Yeah, it's a cool piece.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in our area on one of the Saturdays that we're open, it is on display. We are going to be open this Saturday. So if you'd like to come out and see it or see our showcases full and in person, you can do that this Saturday. We'll be open from 10 to 5, I believe.
And we are, for those people, we are in Crown Point, Indiana. It's about 35 miles outside of Chicago.
And we will be 15% off of everything and
An extra 5%,
extra 5% for cash or check.
yes. So if you ever want to see any things in person, definitely do so. And even if these stones are, you know, if any of these stones are still available tomorrow, or, you know, other rings and stones on our site that you want to see, we do offer Zoom sessions to see it in person, and you can talk to Alice as well before you purchase.
You want to hit the green, the P, Mike? This will be another color. It's difficult for us to show with the camera without adjusting colors, but we'll do the best we can. Just doesn't show the green for what it is, because this is a really fine Tsavorite garnet. So it's better, but you know, what's online is a better representation of it. A nice big stone. A 3-carat Tsavorite is a pretty rare stone. Once you get really over 3 carat, the value goes up significantly. He has 2 clarity, so there are some things in it, but they're minor. No treatments for this stone, as is the case of all garnets. Appraised price is $15,500. Our price online, $99.80. And with the 15 off, it is $84.83 or $2,740 a carat. A nice size Tsavorite. And this one comes from Tanzania, I believe. And if we find it, you can buy it. Somewhere on
We
the
always
floor.
do. Yes.
Yeah.
You got to throw one stone on the floor every show, right?
And our carpet is like camouflage.
Well, while he is looking for that, I'm going to throw some love out here. As I said at the beginning of the show, many people will go ahead and purchase before we even talk about the stone. So I'm going to do a little shout out to a few people. Bob picked up the emerald cut morganite gemstone. We haven't talked about that one yet, but we will later in the show. Beautiful stone. You know which one that is?
Nope.
No? Okay, it's probably coming
It
up.
was on the show.
Oh, it wasn't? Oh, so maybe it's just a stone that wasn't on the show. All right. Is it not?
Oh, maybe it was on last show.
Could have been.
Bigger morganite, like a
Emerald
20
cut?
carat?
No, that was a trillionth, I think.
This
right?
one's a 21 carat.
How much?
21?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Last show. Okay.
Yeah, that's a hell of a stone.
Yeah.
Okay, great job, Bob.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
Thanks, Bob.
stone.
Great,
Yeah.
great color.
And let me do a shout out to Eileen, because she watches the show every month, and we love it.
Eileen.
Hi, Eileen.
She picked up the round, brilliant cut dematoid garnets.
Oh,
I love
nice.
dematoids.
The pair?
match
Yeah,
pair.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, those are killer.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, really cool.
I've never seen that material before.
So thank you.
So I
Eileen.
saw it. I saw that pair, and then I saw another Pakistan dealer that had some larger material, but the larger material was, again, for garnets, it seemed crazy prices, but that color is truly amazing, so they're cool, and hopefully it's a supply that will be available for a while, and if we get over to Thailand later this year, hopefully we can find more of that, because it is truly a unique gem. I mean, it's a little like Tsavorite, but most Tsavorites is just Tsavorite, okay? As far as the depth of the green. And dematoid is a really, really rare stone and commands pretty high prices. That was up next. Sorry, folks. Wasn't quite up next. Okay. So up next is a Tsavorite garnet crystal, which, although small, it is amazing. The clarity of the crystal and just its formation, we've never seen anything like it before. This would be a micro crystal, is that what?
I don't know. I mean, it's
Not quite.
yeah,
micro?
yeah, it's pretty small for a 3 carat. I mean, it's as weighty as the cut stone there, but to find a gem crystal like this with such I guess characteristics, it looks like it's been faceted. I looked at it under the microscope and I was like, this looks like a faceted gem. It's got so many crystal faces on it. Just a little cluster of a green gem. I just thought this was so amazing, and being Tsavorite too, the green color is just beautiful.
Did I cut a 2 carat out of it? Oop. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I think either one of us ever seen anything like it
No.
before.
No, it's beautiful, and again, this would be something to complement if you're a collector of gems. This you don't see very often. It's a really special piece. I don't typically buy things this. I mean, we say it's small, but I mean it's so clean. Such a great crystal. Very limited, if any damage. So it's a really spectacular piece.
Could you, like Michael, well, come back on the screen. There you go.
Yes, Jeffrey.
Like that. Okay, so the chain that you're wearing, you got the crystal connected to it. Could you ever do anything with this stone? Like, could you do a ring or a pendant with it? Someone wanted kind of like a rough kind of look to it, or?
I mean, you could. I don't know if I would, just because of the risk of damage, and
Okay.
it is a high value piece as a specimen. And if you're wearing it, then you are risking damaging it. And setting wise, with the way that those crystals grow together, it may be a little weaker there. So
Best for a showpiece.
it would be risky. Could it be done? Sure.
Is it any more risky than setting a Tsavorite?
Maybe not. I mean, if you put it in maybe like 18 karat yellow gold, wrap some prongs around it, and if you did it in a necklace, that'd probably be the ideal way to go, because you're not going to knock that around as much. But it'd be cool, because I mean, it has brilliance to it. As Steve turns it, and you can see the natural sparkle, which is just so cool to me.
I know, and you post a lot of things on your own channel. As soon as I came in here today, I was like, I noticed this, when you posted this one,
Yeah.
because it did stand out. Like, wow, that's really cool. I haven't seen anything like this released by you before. So.
Right. This is just a pure gem crystal. It's so, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's beautiful. Just a beautiful piece of nature.
So it's $29.99. What is this one? 15 off. So it's $25.50 for the piece. Beautiful, beautiful Tsavorite. That mini crystal is available on mineralmike.com. Of course, this one's available tonight on MoreGems.com. But if you're into mineral specimens, go to mineralmike.com. Okay, up next. This is a really beautiful pair of Tsavorite garnets. Remarkably well matched. Almost unbelievably well matched. The cuts, just everything about them they're the same. And what's really remarkable is I have another match pair that matches this pair. I have 4 identical stones. If I didn't know the supplier, I might question it. Just really well cut, no extra belly on them. You get a full face size for their weight. Really great brilliance. And the color, truly outstanding. Again, this camera is not showing the color to its full beauty, but for a pair of Tsavorites, this is the color that I would choose every time. Praise price on these is $93.90. Our price online $68.20, and with the 15% off, it's $57.97 or $1,900 a carat. Good clean stones. One's VS1 and the other's a VS2. Very slight inclusions. I did. What am I doing with it? Oh, is that the right one? Ah. 3.03 carats on those. These come from Tanzania. Tsavorite's another one of those garnets that is not getting cheaper as time goes on. The whole market for garnet was affected by the Mahenge source, that created such interest in garnets that all garnets went up in price over the last several years. And here's another crystal. This is more of a Marilani mint that comes from the Tanzanite mines. Again, extremely high clarity for crystals like this. Unique look inside. remarkable what nature can produce. You suppose that is on the surface? Their crystal outgrowth?
Yeah, I was looking at that. I wasn't sure. It could be, yeah, some sort of...
in, or?
It does look like it goes in a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Like there was a crystal next to it growing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another just little gem that it has its own brilliance to it. It's so clean. Such a pretty light green color. Great specimen. And like Jeff was saying about mounting something, this probably would be okay too. It'd just be figuring out how to orient it and sit it in there if you were looking to go that route. A little bit challenging with the rounder type of shapes with crystals, just because it's kind of how do you build a basket around it without covering too much of the crystal and securing it in place. So it's just something that we'd have to look at and figure out if that's what you wanted to do.
Marilani mint has become one of the more popular garnets. Very little production right now. Mostly comes out of the Tanzanite mines in Moriarty. And very sporadic production. 5 years ago material was available, and since then it's dropped off dramatically. Price $23.99, and with the 15 off is $2,040. All right, up next is a spinel. Not quite a gray. Blue gray. Yeah. It's not quite as blue as what you're seeing in the picture there, but it is definitely on the blue side, which is a positive for spinel. The bluer you get, cobalt blue spinels are just astronomical. We're talking 30,000 a carat. This by no means is a cobalt blue, but definitely leaning towards blue, so more valuable than a straight gray. As popular as grays are, these stones that are more to the blue are definitely higher valued gems. This was quoted to us as coming from Madagascar. Could well be, because it's kind of a unique color, but probably more what we've seen from Tanzania and from Mahenge, Mozambique. So not positive on the source of this. That's what our supplier said. And Madagascar produces everything, so could well be.
And, they're based in Madagascar. They do a lot of business in Madagascar, so, maybe could be, yeah. But
I just love the grays. And this one has a little bit more color to it, which is really cool. It just, yeah.
If it was a 5 carat, Jeff, it'd be your stone.
I know. I was looking for a spinel. I think I either bought my wife or an ex-girlfriend a gray spinel too, so wish I could get that back. If it was the ex-girlfriend. If it's the wife, she can keep it, but I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But it's my wife's not watching, so it's I love gray spinel. It's and this one with the additional color makes it even cooler. So yeah.
Even I like this. I'm not a big fan of gray spinels, other than their saleability is remarkable. So this with the more blue is more satisfying to me for sure. This weighs 2.03 carat, and I remember we bought. They are based in Madagascar. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Where we got most of the sapphire. Yeah, and they're generally always right. I don't know why I'd question Madagascar. Been there many times, and just remarkable all the things that it does produce. You say one time, well, they have everything but this, and then the next time you go back, they have that. So it is an amazing country that I hope to get back to one day. Problems are right now, but it is on my list of places to go to again, my favorite country of all that I've traveled to. So this is a 2.03 carat VS2 clarity. Again, most spinels are not treated, which is the case with this one. Praise value $24.20. Our price online $18.20. And with the 15 off, it's $15.47 or $762 a carat. And spinel has become one of the most popular gems in the business. Like garnets, the price has just gone astronomical. The pinks from Mahenge in Tanzania have maybe 10 times their value over the last 7-8 years. Just become, spinel is just a hot. One of the most famous spinels is the Black Prince Ruby, which was for many years, it's in the British Crown Jewels, and for many years was assumed it was a ruby. And sometime in the last 100 years, they discovered that it actually was a spinel, which I'm sure they were disappointed at that time, but now they're not disappointed because the value of spinel is vying with the value of ruby.
And spinel's a pretty durable gem as well.
Yeah.
Is it not quite as hard as sapphire, but close?
It's hard. Yeah, it's 8 hardness. So, and just a good, durable gem.
Yeah. And before we get any further, for those of you who do purchase or want to purchase from us in the future, if you buy a stone tonight, like Jeffrey was saying earlier and Steve were saying earlier, we do custom design here, so we can manufacture, design, and create a piece for you. And I'm going to have my cousin Chris, he did a segment talking a little bit about our design process. So if you don't mind, we'll have him come in and tell you a little bit about that.
Take it away,
Found a
Chris.
gemstone you love during the show? I'm Christopher Michael, head designer here at Moriarty's Gem Art, and I'm here to help you bring it to life. Just reach out to us during or after the show. You can message us directly or call the shop. It all starts with your vision. With the help of specialized CAD software, I'll design a one-of-a-kind ring, pendant, or earrings just for your stone. Along with photorealistic renders, you will review a 3D model and make changes before it goes into production. Once you approve the design, our team gets to work creating your piece with expert craftsmanship right here in our Crown Point shop. What started as a loose gem becomes something truly personal, a one-of-a-kind heirloom quality piece designed just for you. Find your stone tonight and let us create something amazing together.
Such a cool process to watch. All right. Thanks, Chris. Up next, sapphire is what the other stone, other than Moonstone, that we went to Tucson to focus on, because one of our best suppliers from Sri Lanka does come to Tucson every year. They are our first appointment every year. Go to their hotel or house rental. Ready. Whoops. Getting away from the microphone here. So we meet with them early, and we spent an entire day with them looking through
It was a long
5,000 sapphires.
Yeah, it was a lot, but it was
crazy.
worth it.
Yeah. We were definitely worn out after the day. But we did really, really well, and we're going to show you a few of them tonight, and then we're going to do a special showing of sapphires sometime in the, next month. We'll show you everything that we bought. So this is a unique gem, a really, really nice bicolor. You don't see these often. This one, blue and yellow with really good separation, comes from Sri Lanka, likely heat treated. They didn't have a notation on it for us, but we're going to assume that this one has been heat treated. But we will send this off and quite a few of the sapphires we bought to GIA, and they'll give us a determination. So if you do buy this, we will cover the cost of doing a grading report on it, which they'll tell you it's sapphire and its weight and whether it's been heated or not. But my assumption, it has been heated. Just a really unique gem, and their cutting is really, really good. You know, it vies with the quality of cutting that we do here, which I really didn't. I knew they were cutting well, but until this time, I spent a lot of time with the microscope with these, and the quality of their cutting is just excellent.
I think, right, you know, I don't see these stones until today. I was like, this doesn't sell, then I think I may buy it, because this is pretty cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
It is really cool, and this one stood out to me.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot, just because, like Steve said, you can see that separation. Sometimes it's a little blurred, but it's like you see the blue and the yellow, and it's a really nice, intense color.
Yeah.
And a good size.
Yeah, there was, when I was out at the show, there was a stone I really liked. And no, this is why I trust you guys. You know, I was like, and I don't have the eye of these two. So I was like, oh, this is a really cool stone. You know, I think I want this for my next men's ring. And I left.
I think I even said that if you don't buy it, I'll buy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I left, you know, and me not knowing much, you know, I would have just gotten it. But you guys looked at it more, and you know, I got home and I never heard about the stone again. And but you guys ended up, you're like, you know, it was a nice stone, but it wasn't as good as we thought. So I always trust you guys, and knowing that you brought this sapphire home, if this doesn't sell, then I may consider getting it, because this is a real. I just want something. You know, the stone I looked at was like a kind of a color changing one, and just looking for that really unique stuff. And I haven't seen something like this, and just
It was kind of blue and green.
yeah, this one's really unique. It's
Just the
just something
second
that
day we
stands
looked
out.
at it, it just didn't quite have what we thought it had.
Right,
you know,
yeah,
which happens often.
Yeah, the change just wasn't as strong as we would have liked for it, you know, for them. I guess saying it's a color change stone, it went kind of green, but it was difficult to see, and I don't know whether you'd actually get that look, Jeffrey, that you kind of wanted and maybe thought about in your head. And
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I knew you'd be a little disappointed, but yeah.
No, I'm glad like you guys you looked at it, but
Yeah.
that's why it's like, you know, now I'm looking at, okay, what did they bring back
Yeah.
that did pass the test? And yeah, this one's a really cool one.
Yeah, yeah. You should see some of the others, Jeffrey, that are coming up. Some other cool bicolor ones, interesting things, really intense colors, nicely cut stones. So stay tuned for all that.
So it weighs 3.48 carats, comes from Ceylon, which is now Sri Lanka. Over the years, we've come to know particularly the blue sapphires from Sri Lanka as Ceylon stones, and the name is stuck. And so they generally still use the name Ceylon as far as a reference to Sri Lankan sapphires. So appraised price on this $9,100. Our price online $69.90. With the 15 off, it's $59.41 or $1,700 a carat.
All right, I'm going to jump back in. We got a few questions. Thanks everybody for being patient with this. So I know that we talk about the gem cutting machines a lot, and one gentleman wants to know what's a good. I know the answer, and many people that are watching know the answer, but all the new people, what's a good faceting machine that you'd recommend buying?
So the one we use, and the one that a high percentage of the best cutters in the U.S. use, is the Ultratech V5. Right? It is really a high precision machine. Takes that variable out of your cutting. People look at it and go, well, it's $5,500. It's a lot of money to put into a machine. Maybe I'll just buy a used machine or something cheaper. And the only problem with that is what you get from a used machine or something cheaper is something less, and this is a high precision job that you would like to not have the machine decide whether you're going to cut a good stone or not. You can screw up, but when the machine is screwing you up, you have no chance. So you spend a little more money on a fine machine, and the likelihood that you're going to keep at it and produce something great is much, much better. And if the first stone you produce off this machine, you'll be surprised just how good the quality can be. Not everybody can be a cutter, but when you start with a good machine, your chances of being a good cutter are much better right off the bat. So this is a machine I definitely recommend. And once you learn how to cut on this machine, you can combine it with the fantasy machine back here, which same mast for Ultratech V5 goes on this machine. And then you can cut some of the fantasy cuts. If you look at somebody like John Dyer, who's remarkably well versed with doing fantasy cuts, you can see what the capabilities of this machine is, and hopefully this month I will show you how to use this machine. It's something I need to take the time and sit down and actually learn it. It is on my radar. I am going to use this machine very soon, so stay tuned for my first cut on the fantasy machine.
I'm looking forward to it,
Yeah,
Steve.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know I've said it
Yeah.
long enough. I'm sure Ultratech is looking forward to it too.
That'd be cool. Yeah, to see how it works out and what you can do with it.
I've been holding out, expecting you to do it, but all right, here's
One of these days.
next stone up. This is a really unique sapphire. I mean, it looks much like a Tanzanite, has much of the same effects that you get out of Tanzanite as far as it changing color from daylight to incandescent light, going more blue in daylight. And I even think this stone had some red flash in it, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I think we commented on that, and almost like a Yogo kind of thing, that's really cool color.
Yogo sapphire is the first place we saw red flash, and the people presenting it to us, which actually own part of the Yogo mine, they weren't even aware of that characteristic.
We thought it was so cool.
Yeah,
and
we see
just
it
like
in Tanzanite, so we're well aware of red flash, and this is a color that produces that. So apparently the red flash has much to do with this blue purple color in stones. There. So this one weighs 3.51 carats. Again, another really nicely cut stone, as you can see in the video. They just do a great job of cutting. Appraised price on this $10,700. Our price online, $72.50. And with the 15% off, it's $61.62 or $1,755 a carat. So nice size stone. You know, sapphires in general, as you get over 2 carat, the price starts jumping quickly, and over 3 carat jumps significantly from stones under 2 carats. You know, nice cut, no extra belly to the stone. So you get a good full apparent size of a 3 carat 50 stone. And I start to see the red. Oh yeah, a little on the end, the red flash. You know, but this stone definitely has it. You know, not that it's a huge thing, but in Tanzanite, it's something that people talk about. Just another unique character to a fine gem. So this one has no treatment. The value of no treatment is typically 30 to 50% greater. And in some cases, in bigger sapphires, it can be 100% difference. You know, if you look at the gem guide, you know, they'll have a completely separate section for unenhanced gems compared to enhanced. You know, and it's always 30, 40, 50% or greater for being unenhanced. There is a collector's market for it, and that's what created the greater price. Again, this is a stone. If you do buy it, we're glad to send it out to GIA. That has been the plan since we bought these, is to get many of these stones, particularly the ones that are no treatments, get those graded and have the paperwork to go with it. You know, and I will say that this supplier, everything I've had worked with GIA has been exactly as they said it, because they buy the rough, they cut the stone, so they pretty much know what's heated and what's not. Did I show this on hand? Yeah. Oh. Emerald cut sapphire, which it's like a radiant cut would be the cutting style. A little more brilliance than what you see out of an emerald cut. Next up,
Steve says that, yet when we're putting the show together, I'm like, 50 stones? It's going to take all night.
all right, here's another Ammolite. And
I'll make this one fast then. This one's sold.
this is sold.
This is sold to Kenneth.
It's a great piece.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice choice, Kenneth.
Yeah.
What a sweet color. Wow.
Yeah, we didn't buy many. We probably
Yeah.
bought 15 pieces.
I don't even know if we bought that
Yeah,
many.
Probably not.
Yeah, because
Just very, very selective on what we bought, and just looking for things with a little less just green and blue and having much more variety of color, which is not easy to find. But again, we catch these people early, and they've got some beautiful gems, and this is one of them.
Shout out to a few more people. Just because I know not everyone is here, and I'm not sure if this one's on the. Robert picked up the emerald cut ametrine from Bolivia, 12.39 carats. I'm not sure if that one's on the show or not.
The emerald cut, it's in the back stock.
Okay. Yes. So
12.39. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Nice.
That
nice
one's got a
split
nice
on
cool
that. Good rich color.
yeah, that one's a cool one. Thank you, Robert. One more we'll throw out here is Edwin picked up the antique cushion cut Moonstone, 4.30 carats. So Moonstone, yep, awesome stone. So
very
great
cool.
job, Edwin.
Thank you, Robert and Edwin.
All right, here's another Ammolite. This is a big one. And really nice colors in this that well, really has all the colors. Some nice blues in it, which I like the blues, but particularly when they're in combination with greens and the red. You know, the red is probably the more difficult color to get. This is really intense red. Another beautiful Ammolite, 49.80 carats. $790 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $672 or $13 a kilo. Nice pendant.
And just to note, we've said it before. I don't know if you mentioned it, Steve, but when we're out selecting these stones, we are also looking for the way that these colors show, because they don't always orient, the way that you want them to, as if you were to wear it as a pendant. So we are looking for color orientation with the way it will be worn in mind.
Yeah, assuming that it's going to be a pendant and, the angle you're looking at it, and we do look at that and make sure that the colors are going to show, because they are somewhat directional. And it's important because we reject stones regularly that just aren't going to show unless you move them the right way. But these, when made into a pendant, one direction or another, you can get that color to show when people are looking at your necklace. An important point in Ammolites. So just like same in opals, as you some directions they don't show color well, and other directions they do. So this is our next hidden gem.
Jeffrey, we got the hidden gem number 2.
Yeah, I was ready for this
You
one.
ready?
So, yeah.
Right.
So you don't even have to wait the 5 seconds I
Man.
normally make you wait.
Yeah, tell everybody what they need to do.
Yes. So if you go to MoreGems.com, or you're already there with all of the stones on that page, hopefully you are. If you go there, hit refresh. It'll be on the top row now, called the hidden gem, and you're going to use coupon code RARE25. So this is one of the stones where you're going to use a coupon code RARE25 to get 25% off that listed price. One of a kind.
This is really a cool shape. It's the only one I've ever seen in this long antique cushion shape, but I think it works really well. And the colors in it are just extraordinary. Weighs 8.99 carats. Our price online, $32.70. And these, like a lot of stones, you don't see an appraised price just because the guide really doesn't produce an accurate price for this type of gemstone that's coming from Madagascar. With the 25% off, this stone is so it's $22.89, $254 a carat, and just make a beautiful pendant. Crossway.
Yeah, they did a really nice job getting that sheen to run across the table there. I believe they have to orient the rough the right direction to actually get that to show. Because not all of the stones that we've looked at have that, but The ones we selected, of course, are for the best color and really nice sheen on it. I think we've got one. I don't know whether it's in the show or not, but I remember it had more of a pinkish sheen that went across.
There was a few different colors.
Yeah.
Showed. Rainbow Moonstone from Madagascar. Soon to be unavailable. Next one up. This one Michael cut.
You cut this one, Mike?
Yeah,
I did.
Oh, nice.
I did the
I did the sin.
Oh no!
Crystal collector sin.
Oh, I cut up a crystal. Oh, but it mustn't have been.
Wait. The thing that you tell Dad never to do.
I know. Well,
I think Eileen's gonna kill you for this
I
one.
know.
But,
I didn't. Luckily, these peridot you don't have to cook in an oven, so at least I didn't have to cook it in the oven.
yeah,
But
I think this is equal.
It wasn't really an impressive
No,
crystal.
right?
Okay.
It was. There was
But it
probably.
had a great piece of rough in it, as you can see.
Yeah, and it came out better than I could have hoped for, and
Yes.
much
Probably
better
made
as a
few
cut
more
gem.
dollars than you would have with the
Yes,
crystal.
yeah, the crystal was so. It probably had some damage to it, or was just kind of a little bit more common, or had too much surface etching. Something about it I didn't like, and I saw different potential for it, and I'm not sad, and I don't miss it. I like this a lot better. So
Yeah. Great stuff.
Yeah.
It's the color we like, this minty green color that is highly desirable in Pakistan peridot. In a nice size, cut a 7-carat 58, and the cutting is just extraordinary on it. Michael does a great job of cutting. Praise value on this is $4,220. Anyway, our price online $21.90, and with the 15 off, it is $1,861 or $245. Just nice action in it, beautifully cut stone. Peridot's all natural color. Peridot from Pakistan, cut by Michael Moriarty. Whoops, this side.
Thanks, everyone. Glad you liked the cut. It was fun cutting that, and hopefully the next show I'll have a few more done. I bought some rough this trip too for me to cut, so find some time and get a few more cut.
That'd be nice.
I'm gonna cut that big aquamarine. I think I'm gonna try and have that one done.
This will be exciting.
Yeah.
Gonna cut up that crystal, but the value is there for sure. All right, up next. This is a pretty amazing trio. I haven't seen colors like this in morganite since I've been to Madagascar. Madagascar is the only place I've seen this color come from. These will be natural untreated color. It says Nigeria, but this is Madagascar. Changed it online, but I didn't change it. So Nigeria is incorrect. It is Madagascar. And the color is just remarkable pink. Always, on shows, I've talked about morganite that I've seen in Madagascar in the past, but that was 20 some years ago. So it's good to see the color again. So kind of a match set. Two that could be earrings and one for a ring. And morganite, of course, is durable enough to put in any type of jewelry. Very tough stone. Morganite, of course, is a beryl. It's related to aquamarine, heliodor, emerald, all the same gem. Most of the material that we get currently is out of Mozambique, some from Nigeria, but much of the material right now is out of Mozambique. But that's all irradiated to enhance its color, where these have no treatment. There's always a possibility of heat treatment, because sometimes these start out as peach, and if you heat it, it turns pink. I can't tell you whether been any heat treatment at all, but they're presented to us as natural, and what I've seen out of Madagascar has been natural pinks. But heat treatment definitely is a possibility. So once they're heated, they are stable, because actually the pinks that come out of Madagascar, if you leave them in sunlight, which that could be a treatment too, they will change from peach to pink. And once they're pink, they're stable. So beautiful set. I haven't had material like this since probably the early 1990s. This is probably the last time I saw this color. Praise value of $8,060. Our price online $59.50, and with the 15 off, it's $5,057 or $439 a carat. Slight difference, it's I think they were about 2 millimeters shorter, the small ones, smaller. But they are truly a remarkable pink. Next stone, another pink. This comes from Pakistan and is most likely irradiated to color. No true way of telling, but most of the material that's on the market has been irradiated. I think they might have told us this was natural, but we don't believe it. But anyway, it's just a beautiful, beautiful color. There's a few caveats with this gem. You keep it out of sunlight. You don't wear it to the beach, because they will fade with intense lighting. And probably not just in UV light, what it takes to change them.
Yeah, we were out and about in Tucson this year, and we were looking at Steve loves the kunzite. For some reason, I'm not too huge of a fan of the crystals. They're cool, but I worry about the fading and the longevity of a crystal being in a cabinet and out all the time. But this guy, he had his, and then he was so excited about it being fluorescent, and he's hitting it with the UV light, and I'm just like, oh, you don't have to. Just let's keep the color. But It was kind of funny, but it did fluoresce bright orange, I believe. But I don't think I'd recommend hitting it with the UV light too many times. As Steve hits it with the UV light.
Can't see. It's not dark enough. Yeah, it's it's something that a few days in strong sunlight will fade it, because we have experience with that. So the appraised price, which should have had it, but because kunzite is, I think the appraised price is pretty high on it. Spodumene kunzite stone this size, wholesale value is about $115. So there's pretty good value on the stone, and occasionally from the Pakistanis we do see some really good values. This one, 1140, so 970 is our price with the 15% off, which is $51 a carat. So just really a beautiful color. Or very inexpensive. And kunzite, very, very difficult to cut. I will not challenge cutting it. People that do, they just constantly tell me what a challenge it is, so I just avoid it. All right, up next is another pink stone. This one has very good durability. You don't have to worry about wearing it in the sun. You can do pretty much anything to this. It's a sapphire, carat 57, just intense pink on this stone. It's rare to see such intense color. Well, you interrupted me with a sale, Jeffrey. What's that about?
Steve I picked up this antique cushion.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice, Steve.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great
didn't even
stone.
let me talk about it. But
You can
Talk
show it
about
a
a
little
little
bit.
bit, just not to go.
You
Yep.
lose it because this is really a great stone. We don't get them this intense pink, particularly in this smaller size. Finding this kind of depth of color on pinks is unusual. Comes from Madagascar. I've been to these mines. It's probably Alakaka is where it's from. And they produce generally a lighter pink than this, but occasionally you do get these deep, intense colors. Goodbye. Yeah, it was, as soon as I saw it, I knew it was a winner. Particularly we were so interested in sapphires, and this is definitely the most intense pink that we've seen. It's sold. Yeah, we're short of time. Sorry about cutting you short, but it's a beauty. You'll love it. All right, this is a stone from the last show. We showed it as a natural gem. Gave it its month to try and sell as a natural, but I knew there was an amazing gem in it. Just incredible. One of the highest rated stones. Rarely do I get into the 990s, but this has got everything. The cut, the clarity, the color, red flash that just is amazing. It really has everything. I'd have done a little better on the cutting. I'd have probably got that 1,000, which there's nothing wrong with the cut. I have a hard time rating my cutting 1,000. Not to say, but the cutting on this is pretty remarkable. The 992, it's hard to beat. So it weighs 15.26 carats. It's blue violet exceptional. A little more violet than blue, but in daylight it'll be strongly to the blue. VS1 clarity, which VS1 is the highest that we do rate. Hard to rate above that without taking so much time, decide if something's flawless. I'm not really capable of grading flawless. Attempt to. But really a remarkable gem, and red flash just remarkable highlight because it's everywhere in the stone. Get the right lighting, it's got everything. Color is 1,000 rated color for sure. So it was pretty as a natural, but it was a little bit too deep a color to be extraordinary. But it's an extraordinary heat. I had to work on that camera. Getting maybe a new iPhone. Doesn't do color really well. Some works on some. But. So Tanzanite, 992 out of 1,000, which will be the highest rated stone on the website currently. Maybe the highest rated Tanzanite this year. True beauty. All right, next up is talk about remarkable crystals. This is very, very high clarity for crystals we see. And just has a really pleasing look to it. The whole crystal formation is just remarkable.
And again, this is just a excellent specimen, an example of a Tanzanite crystal. Beautiful termination, very limited, if any, damage to it, and nice shape, great color, good clarity to it as far as being a specimen. And it's just a great stone. And this one's heated to where they gives you that deep blue violet that Tanzanite is known for.
One of the nicer specimens.
Oh, definitely, yeah. This is a great crystal. This is one of the best that I've got available. I have some really nice ones, but this is definitely up there for sure.
So $4,600 basically is the price with 15% off. Just a wonderful display for your display case. I don't know what the best way to go.
Before we go into that one, I wanted to do a shout out to some buyers here. So we've got Rick, who purchased, I know we haven't talked about this stone yet, but the concave antique cushion cut ametrine.
Yeah, cool.
That's a really cool stone. That's different.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet piece for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be producing things like that.
Yeah, that's definitely cool looking. Thank you, Rick. We got Kelsey, who picked up these moonstones are going, pair of square step cut moonstones, 2.78 carats. I
Very
think
cool.
later on in the show as well.
Nice. Thanks, Kelsey.
Let me show here's the fantasy ametrine.
This is something you'd be able to cut with that fantasy machine you got
Yes.
behind you.
Yeah, but I won't be able to cut ametrine competitively. Maybe bigger ones. Just so much time. Cool stone.
Yes. And then again, Kelsey picked up that square step cut moonstones, the pair. Moonstones are awesome.
They in the show or in the back stock? Okay.
2.78. Yeah, the step cut.
Nice pair.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, great color, even in the smaller size for sure.
And then lastly, Roberts picked up the oval cut peach tourmaline, which will be later on in the show as well.
Yes, one of my favorites.
You do like everything peach.
I into peach for sure.
Yeah, so thank you, Robert. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you, Robert. And yeah, thank you all.
And Robert, if you need a matching stone that's smaller, I do have one of those in the back stock.
All right.
Got it got beat out by the bigger stone.
Ooh, that's really cool.
Really bright. Is a little pinker than what it's showing here, more like what the picture online. But really well cut, bright stone. Cool stone. Democratic Republic of Congo, which is a problem now too. So many sources right now have issues in the countries, and it's limited the availability of materials. All right, let's move on. Another natural crystal. This one's facet grade. It doesn't sell. We can cut this one.
I don't know about that one. This one's pretty cool and
Yeah.
unique for how tall, clean, and sharp it is. There's a little bit of damage at the termination, but overall, and whether that's, you know what? I don't even think that's damage. It looked like that was terminated there, or self-healed. I thought that was a chip, but now looking at the video, I don't think it is. So that's pretty sweet.
Anyway, there is a 5-carater in. Sure, it'd be a pretty stone.
And this is natural and unheated, so this one has not been heated, but I did see, so this must have been from a pocket that was recently found, because my supplier had a pretty big supply of similar crystals that must have came out of the same pocket. He heated some I have a couple that are heated from the same material, and they do heat to a really nice color.
Full crystal. 3119 less the 15% is 2650. Natural unheated Tanzanite crystal. Remarkable clarity. I don't think you've had anything that clear.
No, this one is a special piece. I was really happy with the selection I found this trip. But yeah, you could see the reflections of the crystal faces on that.
Huh.
Yeah, that is cool.
Even more special. Okay, next, another peridot. Similar shape to what Michael cut. Little different color, a little more typical peridot green, but very, very high quality. There is a little ding on the culet, which I'll fix. Weighs 8.30 carat, comes from Pakistan. Praise price of $4,610. $27.90 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $23.70 or $285 a kilo. Just a very pleasing color. All right, next up, another of our hidden gems. And these are
You ready for this one, Jeff?
remarkable.
I am.
All
I'm
right.
starting to get better at this. All right, everybody. I just launched this hidden gem. So if you refresh the page where all the stones are on MoreGems.com, it's going to be right at top of the top row. And you can use coupon code RARE25 in checkout to take 25% off this amazing pair of blue zircon.
And the color on these is, I rarely have seen the beauty that I see in this. You know, if I could present the blue-green that it has, it's just incredible. Just the cameras are just not going to show it. Not even sure what to call that color. It's not the color you see here. It's just remarkable. It's the intensity of these stones and how they're cut, just fully brilliant. And you sure what to call that color. It's intense blue with a slight secondary green that it makes it such a unique color. This is probably the finest pair of blue zircons I've ever owned. You know, I've never seen anything that looks quite like these. You know, what you see looks good, but what you will see in person is 10 times better. Just that green that goes into this gives it just a greenish blue color that is, to me, is just amazing. No other gem that I see that has this color. So this pair weighs 19.20 carats. Praise price of $19,200. Our price online $10,450. And with the 25 off, it is $8,883 or $463 a carat. Sure present this color. Maybe the iPhone. Better. iPhone actually is the better camera for this color. It's still better. Really beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful pair, just under 10 carats each. Blue zircon from Cambodia. They are heated. These come out of the ground brownish, much like Tanzanite. You heat them and drives out that brownish color and leaves the blue and the green. Real similar process. All right, next up, another Wilo Ethiopian black opal. And another incredible stone. Definitely amongst the finest that were owned. Crazy, crazy color. .60 carats. Measures 16 by 14 millimeters, so nice pendant size. Just every color of the rainbow, just intense. The intensity of the blues in there. Crazy. Amazing gem. Somebody should own this. Or I'll own it. Make a nice ring. I'm trying to downsize a little on my.
You did wear an opal ring for a long time. I mean,
Yeah.
me and Jeff both got an
disappeared
opal ring
somewhere.
too. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, it'd be good. No appraised price on it, but $1,340 our price online, and $1,139 or $203 a carat. Next up is kind of an unusual opal. You don't see them very often, big spheres like this. Don't see them often because it's difficult to cut. You know, finding a piece of rough that's got the same depth as width. You don't have to lose too much material to get a sphere like this is tough. I've tried to pick out material and cut something. I've tried to cut spheres and just the roughs just don't work out. You know, they're a millimeter, 2 millimeters off, and you end up having yields that are 10% of what you started with. Is the case, and that's the reason they have to get more money for these spheres. Just the great weight loss.
Yeah, these are crazy. I remember when you first showed me these, I was like, wow, how do they, so tough to make them spiral like that. It's just a really cool thing. So with these, I could see just, putting them in a little display case, just a little cool thing that you could do. But can you do jewelry with them?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a pendant. You just have to wrap prongs more than halfway around the sphere to hold it. But definitely can make a nice pendant out of it, or a ring. Ring, a little, much riskier than a pendant, but either can be done. So this $1,690 our price online, and with the 15 off, it's $1,437 or $114 a carat. As a cabochon, this type of material is priced $70 a carat, but sphere, because of the great amount of weight loss, they just cost more. But still inexpensive per carat, just over $100 a carat. Nice milky white color, very reminiscent of Australian opal. And next one up, similar colors to the last one we saw, maybe a little better color. Don't get the black stuff that's on it. To work at getting these a little cleaner when we photograph them.
I think you got it.
Yeah.
All of our old eyes. They're just missing everything these days.
Well, that's good. I don't have to repolish it. A really nice color in this. And again, another nice milk white opal, looks much like Australian. One weighs $12.90. And the price is $12.90. So it'll be $85 a carat with the 15 off. $1,097. Australian opal like this, at least 300, if not 400. A beautiful opal from Wilo, Ethiopia. Make a great pendant, nice size for a pendant. Of course, on black, it's more remarkable. .90 carats. Back into a few moonstones. It's another really nice one. Nice, unique shape. Higher clarity than is typical for this material. and really nice rainbow color. One weighs 6.10 carats. Our price online $23.40, and with the 15% off, it's $19.89 or $326 a carat. This remarkable material. Never seen before this material out of Madagascar. Never material that you facet would have the clarity of these stones. That might spark a interest.
Not this one yet,
okay.
but the Linda picked up, I think we just talked about it a few stones back, was the oval black opal 5.6 carat.
I guess I won't be
Oh,
wearing
nice.
it.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
was
you're
pretty
not gonna be
sweet.
able to use that
Yeah.
for a ring.
You'll have to find another one, Steve.
Yeah, I kind of shut up on it after I started talking about it, thinking, well, that would be a nice ring for me. Yeah. Oh, well, glad you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Linda.
Hopefully there'll be more. Yeah, we'll see.
Along with the line of these moonstones we're looking at, James wanted to know, what do rainbow moonstones look like when they're cabbed?
Yeah, with a cab.
Yeah.
Well, there's been many rainbow moonstones cut in cabochon, but they were less transparent, which for a cabochon is a good thing. So high transparency in a cabochon, it's probably not going to be the ideal way to cut it. You know, you're not going to see the colors as much. You'll see some color, but the reflections, I think, are what's bringing out the highlights of the color. So I haven't seen this particular material cabbed, but I'm sure there's a good reason not to cab it.
I think we saw some sugar loaves, maybe,
Yeah, that's true.
but
They were
not just a straight cab.
Yeah. Yeah, they were interesting. I don't think they were as good as the faceted. We didn't buy them. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the faceting is the way to go. I mean, you get the brilliance, the colors, that sheen across the top, the adular essence, and yeah, they're just angelic looking stones. But
Yeah, I agree. I would never cap one. So here's the next one up. Another nice gem. This one weighs 5.39 carats. $21.90, and with the 15% off, it's $18.61 or $345. Color of this adular essence is a little redder. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
It's more red for sure.
yeah, there was one in particular. I don't know if this was it, but it definitely had a redder tone to it,
Yep.
almost pinkish.
Yeah, I think this is the stone. And then a matching stone for these pear shapes. 2 equals 686. Then 1590 less 15% is 1351 or $197 a carat. As you can see, as the size goes down, the price goes down. Although the color on these really nice. Barrier. This would be a beautiful, beautiful. Little more to the red too.
There you go. Skip the rings, Steve. Let's get you some earrings.
There you go. Ask Nancy. He thinks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you should do it.
I don't know. Here's my ears. That's really a nice pair. Just great colors and high clarity. These are VS1 stones. Good pair. All right, up next. I think
Jeffrey, it's the final hidden gem. Are you ready for this one?
This one I wasn't prepared for, but let's load this up. That's a pretty nice split, right? Ooh, look at that color. Yeah, so this one's going to be a hidden gem. I am working on loading it up right now, if this internet connection wasn't so terrible. So what you got to do is if you just go to MoreGems.com, click on that green banner, all the stones are there. You're going to shortly here, about 15 seconds, you're going to hit refresh on the page and this stone will show up, and all you got to use is coupon code RARE25 to take off 25% of that price.
really good intense color. I think this one I cut. Could be wrong. Pretty sure I did. It weighs 35.10 carats. I think it was on a previous show, and it ended up being too big for the customer for a ring. But that's about as intense a color as you see amateur. Nice split, not quite 50-50, but 60-40. High clarity stone. Appraised price of $35.10. $1,895 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $1,420, which makes it $40 a carat. Hard to find a gem of this quality for $40 a carat. Probably a little big for a ring, not for everybody, but great pendants. Pretty intense. Comes from the Anahi mine in Bolivia. They have natural untreated color. And we have a sale.
Yes, Chelsea picked up this hidden gem.
All right.
Amazing
Nice.
color split. Yeah.
Very cool. Thanks, Chelsea.
You interested if you're going to have us like make a pendant for it,
Yeah.
or are you just going to use it as a collector piece? Either way, we can help you out. We can ship it out to you, and you can decide later. Or if you want to shoot us an email, we'd be happy to talk to you about a pendant or a ring.
And going off of that, I guess let's have Chris go ahead and for those of you maybe who just started joining us, you can see a little bit about our design process with our designer, my cousin Christopher Michael. So take it away, Chris.
Found a gemstone you love during the show? I'm Christopher Michael, head designer here at Moriarty's Gem Art, and I'm here to help you bring it to life. Just reach out to us during or after the show. You can message us directly or call the shop. It all starts with your vision. With the help of specialized CAD software, I'll design a one-of-a-kind ring, pendant, or earrings just for your stone. Along with photorealistic renders, you will review a 3D model and make changes before it goes into production. Once you approve the design, our team gets to work creating your piece with expert craftsmanship right here in our Crown Point shop. What started as a loose gem becomes something truly personal, a one-of-a-kind heirloom quality piece designed just for you. Find your stone tonight and let us create something amazing together.
That'll give you an idea of what we can do for you with your loose gems if you decide to have us mount it. We can send you a design, give you a quote, and you have full options whether you want to do it or not. So up next is this trio of heart-shaped Tsavorites. I've been doing really well with hearts lately. A lot of Tanzanites we've done, and this is just a nice set of beautifully colored Tsavorites. 2.83 carat. I think the center stone is about a carat 20. Nice shape hearts. They are beautiful color. Camera will not show the color exactly, but they're very, very fine set of Tsavorite. Appraised value $51.50. Our price online $33.90. And with the 15 off, it is $28.81 or just over $1,000 a carat. Nice pendant and earrings, or ring probably would be a better earrings. Just the size may be better for a ring than a pendant. Either way. All right, next stone is really a cool opal. This is just an interesting play of color. Something I haven't seen. The way this flashes, just big chunks of color. And intense reds. It's like an aurora, or what. Just broad flashes. Really not harlequin, but unique for sure. It does remind me of Aurora Borealis. That's an opal I could look at for days.
Yeah, that one is really sweet.
And the back. That's almost harlequin pattern on the back. I think I'd be bold enough to say it is harlequin. Australians out there, don't give me shit about it. Sorry. It's a beautiful gem. It's an amazing opal. Weighs 27.70 carats. 33.25 is the price online. 15 off. $28.26. Just slightly over $100 a carat. Really an amazing opal. Not sure which side is better. I do like this side. Just a unique play of color. Great pendant. All right, that's our sale.
All right, so this person ended up shopping on Mineral Mike, and while he didn't purchase one of the sale items, let's see if I can get this to load. Chris picked up the barite crystal cluster from Peru. I don't know if you know which one that is, Michael, or not.
I don't, but that's pretty sweet.
It's a cool looking
Thanks.
piece. It's like orangey-ish tan.
What is it?
It's a barite.
Oh, barite.
Barite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, cool.
Crystal cluster from Peru.
Nice. Yeah, those are pretty sweet.
Yeah, we looked at a barite crystal that Mike regrets
yeah.
a little bit. We didn't go back for it.
It would have been
was
another
huge.
100-pound.
Oh, I bet 150.
Yeah. Barite is really
Yeah,
dense.
it is.
It's heavy stuff.
Yeah.
But the size of the one that he got's a little bit smaller than the Chinese barite that we were looking at. But,
Yeah, that one was this big.
oh, it was massive.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a beautiful wood
Yeah.
stand.
Right.
You know, it was really a cool crystal.
Yeah. I still have one larger barite crystal clusters from China that's on Mineral Mike. But the Peruvian ones are really neat. They're a little gemmier. But thank you very much.
Here's a quick view of some of the other stones that didn't quite make the show. I think that one's nice pair of blue zircons. Another of the peach tourmalines, Congo. The other matching pair of Tsavorites that's identical to the ones that were on the show.
And these are also all, if you haven't been on MoreGems.com, we're not discussing these tonight, but they're all in the 15% off collection and are available today. That's a nice oval pair, man.
Yeah, really well cut. Another really nice moonstone. And there'll be many, many more. I mean, we probably have twice the amount of stones we've shown tonight. That'll be going online over the next few weeks. So keep an eye on our websites, MoreGems.com, and you'll see more of what we purchased.
So we got any questions coming in?
Yes. So everybody, let me jump in here. So if you got questions, want to see anything again, let us know. Before we get into the questions, we always do this at the end of the show. Steve, Michael, and I talk about one. We got a lot of stones here, but and again, we didn't talk about all the stones, so go through that list. If you want to see anything, let us know. But we talk about the stone we would think would sell based on what's left. And I mean, I already know mine. I think I talked about it already at the top of the show, but that really cool bullion style emerald cut sapphire, that that bicolor one. That's just
This
cool.
one, yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
just
That one is a standout gem. That's great stone.
everybody's gonna ask like, what is that?
Right.
You
It's
know,
super
I mean,
unique.
and plus it's a sapphire.
Yep.
You know, so it makes it even cooler. You know, but yeah, that's something that I'd love to get. I'm not sure if my wife would approve of me purchasing that, but you know, she'd probably want it for herself would be the thing, and I'd want it for a men's ring. So, but that piece I think is one of the coolest on the show tonight, and that just make an amazing ring or a pendant.
Yeah, that's a great stone. What about you, Steve? What do you?
Well, I have 3.
Three.
Three.
All right, choose your top one of the 3.
Oh,
And then you can pick the others.
well, I'll have to go with the one I cut, which is the Tanzanite. You know, you don't get a 990 plus stone very often. This is just an extraordinary tan. And the others, the opal that was on last, it's just mind blowing.
Yeah, that opal is.
And the 3 morganite, that color, I just haven't seen it in so many years with such intensity. They're almost top pick. Got to pick the only stone I cut in the show, though. But those are all just great stones. Sorry I couldn't get it to one. But.
That's all right.
And people love the stones that you cut, Steve. I mean, a lot of people look at. I mean, that's a big reason that we when we were at the Tucson Gem Show, everybody, for people that weren't tuning in earlier, Steve gets recognized everywhere, and that means Michael and I get recognized everywhere, which is really nice.
Which is I didn't expect that. That was
so,
a pleasant surprise.
A lot of people are after your cutting because they know it's good.
Yeah.
So, and they can only get it here. So,
And Michael.
Man, I'm like cruising through. There's a lot of great things. Of course, I love the crystals, but I'm gonna choose a cut stone, and I would say it's this Moonstone.
Oh, okay. Go
I
pick your peridot.
I mean, that'd be my go-to, yeah. But outside of what I cut, I think that these Moonstones are, they're not going to be here much longer. These are some of the best ones we've seen and had available. This is a really cool shape. It'll make a great piece, and I think that this is one that somebody should own. And the peridot. Since you picked 2, I'll pick 2.
well, I want to.
You want to?
Okay.
All right. What's your second choice?
Because
We
it's
can't have this anymore. This is the only time.
all right.
well, the other one is just because I have the men's ring.
The Spessartite.
There's literally, there's almost a duplicate one on the that we have tonight. If you're a guy, a woman, it would look great too. But if you're a guy and you want a really cool stone, I mean, that's just
it's a great color too.
That's just a cool piece too. So, all right. So we did two each tonight. Okay, so we're gonna get this.
There's like almost double the amount of stones.
Yeah,
tonight,
that's true. So it's allowed. But we got some questions. If people do have questions coming in, post them on the YouTube channel. If you want to see something again, or some other stone. But we had some questions from earlier today. We had, so Eileen, I know it's the end of the night, and you had this question earlier. Sorry, I didn't get to it.
She's still with us.
Yeah, she is. Yes. She wants to know, what is the value of ruby and emerald these days? I know we don't talk about those stones a lot.
Ruby is out of sight. I mean, 1 carat ruby now, got to be thinking $6,000 to $9,000. 2 carat, can't even, and I'm not sure you can get a great ruby for $6,000 a carat. And emerald is probably more in the $3,000 a carat. Hasn't been a big change in price for emeralds. Carat stone, probably 3,000 to 4,000. Rubies, 6,000.
Okay. There you go, Eileen. And we did have a sale come in. I don't know if these were from the show or not, but Kim picked up the marquee cut pink sapphire 2.24 carat and a top color greenish blue tourmaline at 3.2 carat. I'm not sure if they're on the show or not.
I don't think so. I don't.
Yeah. But
But
hey,
that's cool.
you can
Yeah.
shop anywhere.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yes, we have lots of other shows around, or
Awesome.
lots of other products around. So thank you, Kim. Did you want to talk, Steve?
Oh, I was just going to say, Eileen, the book price for unenhanced ruby, 1 to 2 carat, that upper end, 18,000 to 35,000 per carat.
That's crazy.
That's unenhanced, and enhanced will be significantly less, but
Yeah.
and it's 6 to 8,000.
Okay.
So the price I was quoting were unenhanced. So enhanced, and the unenhanced are more than double the price.
All right.
So therefore, I didn't buy any rubies. I want some rubies, but we'll see when we go to Thailand. We'll have some success at buying ruby.
And did you talk about emerald too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next, this is from earlier. He's a new cutter, and he's got a lot of aquamarine. Of course, we don't know, what it looks like, but he was wondering if you can, he's starting to cut and everything. And if he wants to sell this stuff, do you know what the going rate for cost per carat is?
Well, it's totally based on clarity and depth of color. You can look at probably the best thing to do is compare what we have online. Is probably the best way to look at it. And with drops in color, price drops very, very quickly. You can get down well under $100 a carat for aqua that's lighter color and clean, because aqua, really the clarity is very important in the pricing, so you can be, $50 a carat, you can be $800 a carat, based on the depth of color.
Okay. All right. Next, and James and I were talking about this earlier. I know you've been to certain countries and everything. What country do you think is? I guess it doesn't have to be a country you've visited, but which country is the most dangerous to buy gemstones in?
Probably right now, maybe Mozambique.
Okay. Why is that?
Oh, they're just fighting.
Yeah.
Like anybody in their right mind is going to Mozambique at this time.
There's what, garnet there and some
And
other stuff?
Congo's another
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah. A lot of those. Yeah. I mean, Myanmar would probably be not the best right now, I guess. Fighting there, or is that just up
I don't think they're
north?
generally killing white people.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably not totally safe to go there because you can run into problems with the military. Not sure if legally we can go there or not. I think maybe we can.
Yeah.
But I would go to Myanmar.
Okay.
Not right now.
I know when I was there,
not
there
too
were,
long ago. It was totally safe
Yeah.
to go, and it changes pretty quickly. But they're more. It's more ethnic problems in the country than problems of killing foreigners.
Okay. I think this may be the final. Let me just make sure there's no other questions here. Okay. If you had to choose between the perfect Tsavorite or the perfect chrome tourmaline, which one would you choose?
What if they cost the same?
If they cost,
Yeah.
well, I'd have to pick the Tsavorite.
Yeah.
Because it's worth a lot.
Well,
But
but if price was no issue and it was just came
Price
down to
wasn't,
beauty.
Yeah, I mean, the best of chrome tourmaline buys with Tsavorite quite often. The advantage of Tsavorite is it has the ability to be brighter than what a chrome tourmaline can be. But I really like chrome tourmaline because we've had real good success getting fine chrome tourmaline. And chrome tourmaline is probably much rarer than what the Tsavorite. I have a fondness for chrome tourmaline, but Tsavorite has a more important name, is better known, and generally sells better. I say that, but the price is so much more. Got a 7-carat chrome tourmaline that maybe it's $9,000, whereas the Tsavorite would be $30,000 to $40,000. There's a huge difference. And not a lot of difference color-wise in the finest material.
All right. Someone's telling me someone wanted to see the Oh, the opal they chose? Let me see which one it was again here.
Was it a black?
Let me see. It's the pear shape. 460 carat. Yep. That's a cool color. And while you're showing that, Kathy wanted to know, what is hydrophane and non-hydrophane opal? I think we talked about it earlier in the show, but I don't think she heard. Could you kind of reiterate what that meant?
So hydrophane just means it is like a sponge. Non-hydrophane does not absorb anything. And the durability of both is variable. Hydrophane stable. Hydrophane is stable. I don't know if that's true of all, but they absorb. Non-hydrophane, some of it's stable, some of it's not. We've got non-hydrophane opals we mined and bought from Ethiopia that has to remain in water because it will raise up. Australian generally is non-hydrophane. Much of the Ethiopian is.
All right. Hopefully that answers your question, Kathy.
You take a hydrophane opal, put it on your tongue, the real strongly hydrophane will stay there. It'll stick to your tongue, trying to absorb the water. And you can even, in your fingers, you can feel sticky.
Is that like from the Christmas Story where he sticks his tongue against the pole?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Not quite as hard to get off, but
all right. I think that's all the questions. Before everybody, I know there's still another 60, 70 people watching. If you could just hit that thumbs up for us right below here. We're at 72. We just need 28 more.
Come on.
And
28
that
or
will
70
make
people
now.
watching.
Michael's night.
Yes,
if you
it
can.
will. I'll smile all the way home.
Yes. And make sure to subscribe. Not only will you be notified the next show, which is going to be that big sapphire show, so hit that subscribe button. But anytime we release new stones, and Steve does a lot of educational videos as well. If you're interested in how these stones are cut and that kind of thing, definitely subscribe and you'll be notified every time that we do a new video. So that'd be great to show you there.
and
But
both me and Mike will be cutting some big rocks here shortly.
oh, cool. Okay, that'll be interesting, and you won't know about it unless you subscribe. But otherwise, again, mass emails going out tomorrow promoting these gems. So if you like anything, definitely grab it tonight or early tomorrow morning. We have 30-day returns, but also, we'd love to custom design something for you as well. So, Steve?
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Keep on gemming.
Let's go, live, the stage is set. Rare gemstones you won't forget. Colors so bold, they steal the scene. A world of brilliance, crisp and clean. On the MoreGems show, where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, a spark divine. Cut to perfection. Glowing with pride, step into the wonder, come inside. Oh, come inside. Oh. The finest gems, each one a star, from places distant and lands afar. Shapes that shimmer, hues that play. This is your chance, it's Gem Drop Day. So see the light in every stone, crafted by hands, each one alone. A fleeting glimpse, don't let it fade. Gems like these are never remade. On the MoreGems show, where treasures shine. Where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, a spark divine. Cut to perfection, glowing with pride. Step into the wonder, come inside. Oh, come inside. Oh, it's the MoreGems show, a dazzling view where every gemstone waits for you. Welcome to the MoreGems show. Let's go. Gemshow, where treasures shine, where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, spark divine, spark divine. Cut to perfection, glowing with pride. Step into the wonder, come inside. Learn inside, yo. It's the MoreGems show, a dazzling view where every gemstone waits for you.